In 53 BC, thousands of Roman soldiers marched east and vanished. 2,000 years later, a village deep inside China may be their descendants. In 53 BC, 10,000 Roman soldiers were captured at the edge of the known world. They were marched east, and then they disappear from history completely. But almost 2,000 years later, a strange village turned up in the deserts of China. Its people had fair hair, high noses, and even green eyes. And they had a legend that they came from a lost army out of the far west. Could a Roman legion really have ended up on the other side of the world? To find out, we have to start with the richest man in Rome. His name was Marcus Crassus, and he was almost impossibly wealthy. But money wasn't enough. He wanted the one thing Caesar and Pompey had that he didn't: military glory. So he raised an army of 40,000 men and invaded Parthia, Rome's great rival in the east. Rome fought the way it always won: tight, disciplined blocks of heavy infantry. Parthia fought on horseback, with mounted archers who never stopped moving. At a place called Carrhae, the Parthian general Surena surrounded the legions in open desert. His archers rained arrows down for hours, and camels carried up fresh arrows so they never ran out. Every time the Romans locked their shields, the horsemen simply rode around them. By nightfall, 20,000 Romans were dead. 10,000 were taken prisoner. Crassus was killed. For those 10,000 prisoners, the nightmare was only beginning. The Parthians didn't ransom their captives. They marched them east, as far from Rome as they could. Roman writers say the survivors were settled at Margiana, a frontier fort near modern Turkmenistan. And there, in the Roman records, the 10,000 simply go silent. From the deserts of Syria, the trail runs 1,000 miles east toward China. And 17 years later, it may pick back up in the strangest place. In 36 BC, a Chinese army marched to war against a rebel warlord. A Han general named Chun Tang attacked a fortress near the Talas River, deep in Central Asia. The battle was recorded by Chinese historians in astonishing detail. And what they wrote about the enemy's soldiers is the heart of this whole mystery. The defenders locked their shields in what the Chinese called a fish scale formation, overlapping like armor. To one historian in the 1950s, that sounded exactly like the Roman testudo, the tortoise. The fort was also ringed by a double wooden palisade, a very Roman way to build a camp. That historian made a claim that would echo for decades. His name was Homer Dubs, and he argued these foreign soldiers were captured and resettled. Their new home, he said, was a frontier town on the Silk Road in the province of Gansu. The town's name was Liqian, which some scholars read as an echo of the word legion. For a long time, it was just a theory. Then science got involved. Today, some villagers around Liqian really do look different from their neighbors. Fair hair, pale eyes, taller frames, and higher noses turn up again and again. In 2007, researchers tested their DNA and found a striking amount of Western ancestry. The village leaned in, building a Roman-style pavilion and drawing curious tourists. So, case closed? Not so fast. In all the digging around Liqian, not one Roman coin, weapon, or inscription has ever been found. Records suggest a town named Liqian may have existed before the battle even happened. And the Western DNA is far more likely to come from Silk Road traders than one lost legion. The fish scale shields and wooden walls have simpler explanations too, shared across many armies. So most historians now treat the lost legion of Liqian as a beautiful story, not proven history. 10,000 Romans marched east and stepped straight out of the history books. Whether their story ends in a Chinese village or in the desert sand, we may never be sure. And that is exactly why, 2,000 years later, we are still looking for them.